I'll bowl the first ball. We need to be almost ready, guys. Umpires are coming, mate. I reckon you can get on the headset quick.
Yeah, you just get ready. We're going to YouTube. For some reason, Facebook's still being a bit...
Alright. Even if we get YouTube up.
Yeah, I think we just...
So anyway, I'm just going to keep my hand on this USB.
I'll need that, my laptop facing the screen. Yeah.
Yep.
As soon as you finish that. Yep, I know, it's that port.
No, you're good, you're good.
Round 6, I think.
Are we live to YouTube yet?
We are live to Facebook and YouTube just about now. So, you know. Alright, we're good to go. Let's go live on Facebook. We ready? Live on Facebook.
Play
Hold
intro.
on, hold on.
Play intro. Intro video. Load that toss video in there.
Welcome to Price Memorial Oval for the T20 clash between the West Torrens Eagles and the Sturt Blues. First ball is about to be bowled. Earlier on we had the toss. West Torrens won that toss, decided they're going to have a bat, as most sides do in this format, get some runs on the board. Out in the middle we've got Caitlin Edmonds, also Angela Trelaw, who does just about everything for this side. She's also the keeper. Stacey Oates opens up with the ball for Sturt. Full outside off stump. Punched him in on, no run. Still a bit of action going on. Hopefully you'll going to enjoy the stream all day. First of all the ladies T20 and then later on the men's. Early shout, perhaps going over. So plenty of ways you can tune in today via YouTube, via the Adelaide live stream Facebook page. Also then going to go on to the West End Redbacks page. Shape away on the back foot, pulled nicely. There's the first boundary of the day. Start from Stacey Oates. You can see there on the back foot and made the most of it. This time gets one through to the keeper. Expect the ball to do a bit early. Early start, 10:30 start, brand new ball. Lovely green wicket you can see there. Oates again full.
Yes, mate.
Can't pierce the ring field. Bit down leg side, gets away with that one, ends the first over. West Torrens, none for 4. Adelaide live stream bringing you all the action. Plenty of formats you can get involved with. Tune in throughout the day. It's going to be Shani Tansel to take up the attack from the bowling club end, we'll call that. It's going to be Caitlin Edmonds to get her first look at it this morning. Eliza Bartlett, the captain for Sturt, doing the keeping duties. You see her head there at the bottom of the screen. Edmund gets a wide one first up. Effects Mike picking up all of that action. You can hear that coming through. Back-to-back wides from Tansel. As I said, early morning. Ball is going to swing. It'll take some time to get used to it. Maybe across the seam for this one. And it was full. I did get the swing as well. It's probably where she wants to be, on or about off stump, just outside. She can get those bending away. Through to Bartlett. See if she can entice the big drive. Does get the drive on this occasion. Jams down it to Edmonds. Can't beat mid-off. No run, none for 6, still the score. Set Adelaide live stream, bring you all of the action. A couple of double headers throughout the year in the grand final. Now she's worked out her shape nicely. Tansel will sort out those early issues with her line. And now has got herself into a good rhythm. So just scooped back over her head by Edmonds. Scampers away for one. It's a statewide Premier League T20 competition in conjunction with West End and Adelaide live stream. Pickle's on the mic at the moment. You'll hear a little bit from Bonds and also Tuggers a bit later on. And Shani Tansel into that trap of trying to lure the big drive wide outside off stump. Swings away. Another wide, no leniency from the umpires out there. It's much better line. Could almost be the same umpire at both ends. They're absolute dead ringers of each other to the naked eye. And a bit too wide. Tansel's got it swinging nicely, but just can't get that line worked out. And Angela Trelaw happy for those to slide through and just add to that run rate that, as you can see at the moment, the live score is 4.8, just under 5 at the moment. Again, it's a wide one. Lenton, point. Chance for the extra run. Sloppy work from the keeper. Went for the baseball style double play. Always tough to make the throw in the keeper's gloves. Trelaw saw the opportunity, took the second run. 2 overs gone. We're none for 8. Here at Price Memorial Oval. Trelaw and Edmonds out there in the middle. Opening up the bat. And slides down leg side from Stacey Oates. This one from Oates Fuller, trying to work it through the leg side, couldn't do so. Superb day out here today at Price Memorial, so if you're in the vicinity, feel free to come down. Oates again, this one lofted over the top of the 2 fielders there, square. They're going to scamper back for 2. Beautifully taken at square leg. There's the first wicket of the morning. Can't believe she's got to go. Does Edmonds. The diving catch. We might get another look at it. Oates has got the first. Wide angle shot. See the close huddle of the Sturt players as they've claimed their first wicket of the day. Looking resplendent in the double blue uniforms, names and numbers, which is going to be more than useful for us. As I get the acknowledgement from the scorers. So Stacey Oates grinning from ear to ear at the moment. Broke the deadlock. Brooke Harris new to the crease. She's going to take guard.
Oh, Stephen, sorry. Peter Parker was Spider-Man.
Nice and full, trying to work off her toes. Couldn't beat the fielder there at square leg. Taking that last catch, a real cracker. Might be able to hear a bit of background noise. The crunching drive from Harris can't beat the field. It's top of her mark, turns. Again off her toes, well played from Harris. Looks to be a strength of hers early. Ends the over, successful one. West Torrens 1 for 14. Adelaide live stream bringing all the action of the statewide Super League, statewide Super. Might have heard from my parrot there, just on my shoulder. Statewide Super Premier League. So, changing the bowling. I'll see if I can pick up who that is for you. It's going to be Annie O'Neill. The leg spinner, not the egg spinner. That would be more of a cooking show. But we'll see how she rolls these out early. First one's good. Harris can't beat the fielder at cover. That field for you in a second. Again, nice lines from O'Neill. Picks out the fielder out there at deep point. I was going to alert you to. Bowling with a gully, a point, a deep point is coming in now. Cover, mid-off, mid-on. A square leg that's now gone squarer, or straighter, sorry, and a deep square on the boundary. So possibly a plan here, or planning to drop one short. Goes to the aerial route. Good start here from O'Neill. Tight lines. Does drop this one short, but has got that safety out there on the boundary at deep point. It's only going to cost her one. That one full, beats the fielder in there inside the circle. Again, the sweeper does the work. Bartlett won't be even happy with that throw coming in, but ends the over. Pretty tight one from Annie O'Neill, the leg spinner. Just taking the one wicket in this format leading up until today's game. One for 19. Oates again to continue. Slides one down leg side. Another wide. She has done some damage in the competition so far. 3 wickets. That one short and thunders into the thigh, a fleshy part. You might have heard that on the effects mic. See a shot of it here. Bangs it in short, tried the pull shot. As that sun beams into the commentary box at the moment, that's real tinderbox now at the moment. Could go up in at any stage. Full this time from Oates, pulled away behind square, just for one. Still just rubbing that thigh. Lovely panoramic shot from the camera crew here. Best in the business. Oates beats the bat outside off stump. Half a shout. It was only ever going to be half a shout. I get some of the crew to come up with a hashtag for us to help you get involved. That one lofted. Can't beat the player at point. Welcome to the box for the first time. See that one again just outside off stump. Lofted, didn't go the full journey to the player at point. Apologies for saying the player. We're still unfamiliar with a lot of the girls' names, so relying on the numbers and the knowledge around us. That one is well bowled outside off stump, but well played as well. Glided down to third man. It's going to be hauled in just in front. They've got two, and that'll do them. And for the first time today, a man who's been running around fixing everything. He's had more cables in his hand than Dick Smith. Welcome, Paul Bonza.
Hello, Pickles. It's great to be here on Adelaide Live Stream and here at the statewide Super T20 competition for the ladies. It's been a good positive start. Great weather conditions.
Just turn down the fine leg. That might be fine enough to go the full distance. A turning for two. It's going to be grabbed just inside the rope. 3 on offer. Won't take it. Angela Trelaw adds 2 more to her score. West Torrens up to 26 now.
Impressive player is Angela Trelaw. It's been in the runs. It wasn't that long ago we saw her at Kensington Oval. At home against Kensington, where she made 59 in one of our test broadcasts.
Looked like she wanted to launch into that one. Did Brooke Harris. Really took her fancy, but couldn't get underneath it, and in the end it just squeezed out to Amelia Rolt there, who was just behind square. Yeah, that game you're talking about, Bonds. It's well bowled from O'Neill. Caught the outside edge. Would have gone the first slip. Doing the fielding down there is Tani Fox. Yeah, that game you're talking about, Bonds, batted second and chased them down. One of the rare times in the women's format that the chasing side gets the runs. Again this time, turned down the fine leg from Trelaw. You're going to get back to 2, and you might have heard her yell out easy 2. Bit of a grind for Annie O'Neill to here.
Tell you what, Annie O'Neill getting through our overs here.
Nice loop, but well swept. They're going to amble through for 1. O'Neill really barking the orders there. Didn't want to allow Trelaw just to amble through. Nice little battle brewing out there, Bonds.
Certainly is, Pick. Good contest at the moment.
Goes big, goes long, goes straight. There's the first 6 of the day.
All
In
4.
fact, it's not the first 6 of the day. Would have been a good one if it was. Looked 6 for all money. Hopped down the track. Gave it the full dose. And Brooke Harris, I thought she had 6. She came up with 4. Not much wrong with that, Bonds.
Well, she didn't move. She was confident. As soon as the left of the bat, she knew it was a boundary.
There's the overcorrection. The short one lays back. Smacks it out to point where that sweeper is. Nice over for West Torrens. 1 for 36 to score.
So I hope you're enjoying the coverage on Adelaide live stream. This is the Statewide Super T20 Cup, a women's competition. Looks like we're going to see a bowler here at the southern end, or commentary position end. We're lucky enough to have a chat with Brooke Harris in the rain-interrupted under-19s carnival. We were going to get her to commentate for a little bit, but she was there while it was raining, so didn't get a chance to get her on air, but she had a nice chat with her. Great young talent, part of the Scorpions as well.
And boy, did it rain.
It rained a lot. So Emma Brow to come in now.
Might have a correction on that name, mate.
DeBro, yes. Just like I said the first time. Emma DeBro, right arm over. Not tall in stature, but gets through the crease quite well. Good strong action. That's a wide, and that's gone through the keeper's legs. It's going to run down to the boundary. Don't know if it's got the legs to get there. Picked up now, and they just take the 2.
If you do want to get involved, hashtag STUEAGT20.
That one's a better delivery and played back down to the wicket to the bowler by Treloar. So into the 7th over here. Not a bad start from West Torrens. Sturt will be looking for a wicket to break this open a little bit. Again, good drive from Treloar, but straight to the fielder.
Just the 2 wickets so far for Emma DeBro in this competition. Both those coming in their last game, where they lost against Southerns.
Short, pulled away, good shot. It's racing out the other side to the boundary for 4 runs. Great shot by Angela Treloar.
They called that perfectly, dropped it short, pulled, jumped back onto the back foot, gave herself even more time, swung the levers, and it raced away for 4.
Over the top this time, or is it? No, it's not. It's caught at backward point. I thought she had enough on it to clear the fielder. But a good catch. Just trying to pick up who that was. You see the replay here. Wide ball. Got enough on it, but backing back and taking a very smart catch. And Andrew Treloar has to go. Big wicket for the Blues.
Coming in is Ellie Falconer. She was my avenue to get everyone's number this morning. Unfortunately, she doesn't have a number.
Time, good delivery, outside off stump. Can't get that one away. Brooke Harris, that's ended the over. A successful one for Emma DeBrow. So handy wicket in that over. The dangerous Angela Treloar is gone. West Torrens 2 for 44. We'll see that wicket again.
Yeah, she didn't get over to it, Bonds. Left the head in the same place. Just spooned it out to backward point. Good catch running backwards. Annie O'Neill to continue with her leg spin. Got two deep back here on the leg side. One just behind square. One right on square. So O'Neill to continue.
One played through point. Going to be a couple of runs here. Have to be quick. The bowler's end. Brooke Harris makes her ground easily in the end. So some good running.
So she's away. Ellie Falconer.
This one down leg side. Just gets a little bit of bat on it. Tucks it behind. Picks up a couple. There's Tani Fox doing the fielding there. Running all the way over from behind point. This one just allowed to go through to the keeper outside off stump. Good bowling. Thrown up again, right on line. Let's put the brakes on a little bit here, Sturt Pickles.
Not much fear, has she, Annie O'Neill? Doesn't mind. Prepared to throw them up. See if the batter's going to have a crack.
It's a quicker one there. Peel for an edge, and she has hit it. Good catch behind. Annie O'Neill gets the wicket, and the third one down for West Torrens. So you'll see the skipper here gets the wicket, the catch behind. Eliza Bartlett. Big Nick kept her eyes on it. Umpire had no hesitation. And Falconer on her way.
Brings Carla McGrath to the wicket. Impressive spell, this one from Annie O'Neill. I would have thought you would bowl her through, Bonds, if you were the skipper.
The way she's bowling at the moment, definitely.
Taking wickets and, as you said, putting the brakes on. Issue, target's going to be around 100. Again, throws it up. There's O'Neill to finish the over. Another good one for her. Another good one for Sturt. West Torrens 3 for 49.
Let's have a look at that wicket again. It's caught behind. Some good bowling from Annie O'Neill. Flatter, quicker one. Got the edge. Umpire had no hesitation. His finger was up almost before Liza Bartlett caught it. Side on view of this.
To give you a real indication of how quick this catch comes. No time to adjust. You just have to make sure you're in the right spot.
And Bro to continue. Leg stump there and whip down the ground, but no run. Jasmine Earl there at mid-on.
Both sides 2 and 2, Bonds. In the win-loss column.
This time work through the legs. Good shot through mid-wicket. Despairing dive. But just the two. Won't be many threes run here at Price Memorial today. Brooke Harris going along nicely now. Outside off stump, driven through cover, good shot. There's a sweeper out there, so just the single. This is the Statewide Super T20. Hope you're enjoying the coverage on Adelaide live stream. Thanks to Saka as well for making all this possible. So I'm wide outside off stump, cut, but straight to the fielder. Leading edge that time. Might have just held up in the wicket a little. A change of pace perhaps. That one wide and called wide. Good contest here. Three for 52 at the moment, West Torrens. This one guided. Again behind point. They'll take the quick single. Shy at the stumps. Direct hit. She might have been in trouble. But they got through for the single. Brooke Harris running to the danger end. And that ends the over. So at the end of the over, West Torrens 3 for 54 after 9 overs.
A few tweets coming in, Bonds, on the hashtag Sturt Eagles T20. Matthew McGill's enjoying the vision. Got a few interstaters as well.
Good to see Nathan's watching. The big chief does a great job there at Saka.
That should get us a paycheck.
So Rihanna Pete, changing the bowling here. Rihanna Pete's going to come in from the northern end.
Five wickets so far in the competition. Leading wicket taker for Sturt. Middle leg flicked off her toes. Nice bit of batsmanship from Kayla McGrath. Couldn't beat Amelia Rolt, who was inside the ring behind square. She's now been pushed out to the rope. So 2 out on the rope on the leg side, 1 out at deep point on the off. The rest of them are in the ring. Right on the money. Rihanna Pete. Outside off, Robert launched into, beautifully played from Brooke Harris. Couldn't beat the sweeper out there on the rope. Going to get back for 2. So Pete happy to bowl them up in the batter's half, nice and full, trying to find an edge. And Brooke Harris happy to play the drive. On this occasion she rocks back, tries to whack one through mid-wicket, can't do so. Didn't get any of it. Really clunked that off the bat. 3 for 55, just going at under 6 and over. The run rate's okay. This occasion, mid-wickets in the game again. Brooke Harris tried to smash one the ball before, she couldn't do so, went harder this time. And we'll try to see from that huddle who's taken that catch. And it's Beth Worthley getting involved for the first time today. See it again here on replay. It's a bit full, a bit straighter. Might have a correction on the catch, we'll wait here, but never mind. So, as I said, the run rate's okay, the wickets are going to be a bit of an issue. Carolyn Ward now comes to the crease. It's 4 in the shed. She joins Kayla McGrath. Bit of synchronicity in the numbers there. They would like some synchronicity in this partnership, the Eagles. Too many more wickets, and they're going to find themselves in some strife. 10 overs gone, halfway home. Wide outside off stump and called wide from Emma de Brewer. A bit of rustling around on the other mice. That's coming through. And know why that is. Real shortly. He's joined by another one of the great teams out here. He's got the numbers on it. Here we get. That one's full, really full, driven down the ground. Can't beat Jasmine Earl. Welcome to the mic, Sam Tugwell. Tuggers, you've been on the digitals all morning, and I've been turned off.
It's great to be here, mate. What a wonderful day we've got ahead of us. It's great to have everyone tuning into the coverage and getting involved with a bit of district T20 cricket. Been a fair setup for us. It's our first venture here in live streaming, so obviously there'll be their little clinks and clunks, but I think we're getting through nicely in the first half hour here.
Brewer again wide outside of stump. Just making its way to the keeper eventually.
Got to say with West Torrens, 2 and 3 so far after their first 5 games this season. They've had their little troubles, they've had their bumps, and again just finding it a little hard to stay settled individual batsmen out here in the centre. There's just a single played into the leg side. So look at 4 for 58 after 10. It's not the worst score in the world. They've had their average 70s, I think, throughout the season. 115, I think, their top score, and their winning scores are generally over 100. So they're on track for that. At least they're not crumbling the wickets as fast as they could be. 11 overs in, you'd hope that the middle order here can really start to hold together. Pretty strong offside field here for Sturt as well.
Thought about flirting with that one outside. Nice healthy Nick would have seen it run away through the slips cordon for runs, but that was never the intention. Going well, Emma de Brewer. Yeah, doing the research, Tuggers. Anything from 80, 90 upwards. And you are in the game.
Well, that's it. They've already got their start that they need, haven't they, at the end of the 11th over. And the score's looking rather healthy for them. 4 for 57. And I think most of us, I suppose people watching, would have an interest in women's cricket, would have followed it a fair bit. So fair to those people who have seen a fair bit. For those that maybe haven't, the scoring isn't quite as high. So you expect that the play is a little bit lesser scoring. The target won't be as high yet. This is still a solid position to be in. I suppose if you're watching the Big Bash, you're used to that. 4 for 57, a team is in a little bit of disarray, or 4 for 59 as it is right now, but they're holding together here and staying on track. They just need these two to stay in. It's a couple of overs worth of tough work to get through these bowlers here.
Right. Can't beat the bowler. But while she stays out there, well, there's runs to be scored. She looks in good touch already. One half of the McGrath sister combination. This time she gets it through that offside. The chase is on. They're back for two, and that might do it. Mom said you won't see a three, or they might try to prove him wrong throughout the day, but that was never going to be the chance. But she looks in pretty good touch. That one wide, inside edge. Somehow, getting a foot on it was Eliza Bartlett that maybe just dodged the helmet.
Yeah, well, it's better than hitting the helmet 5 runs if it does that. So, yeah, much better option. There's a smile on her face as well after that one's come about. And just moving the fielders around here on the leg side. Pretty regulation, really, here. We've got a square leg mid-wicket and mid-on and fine leg at about 45 inside the ring. And on the offside, just got a short cover who's just wandered in there, creeping in closer. You've got your extra cover, or more like a point and a backward point gully, and your standard mid-off as well. Straight through to the keeper. We've seen a few wides. It's not uncommon to have a little tally of wides as well in this format, but they're all trying to find their line and lengths here. They're just going to switch here in the field. You'll see her run across your screen in a moment. Hopping into probably what will be a slip. Certainly is. Annie O'Neill. That one's hit the pad down leg side most likely and is.
Sturt score in the box. Fired it.
Yeah, I don't blame a little bit of bias here in the media booth. We've got some of the Sturt officials in here helping us out, which is wonderful of them. There's the replay of that one.
Want to hurry up because live action has gone already. She gets through her overs pretty quickly. It's played down through that third man region. Fielded down there. Annie O'Neill, that player that came across in the previous ball, ends the over. Another good one, 4 for 62.
And we'll keep up with the score on the board. Obviously, we're doing our absolute best to get all little bits and pieces correct today. Plenty of replays to give you, which we'll run through some highlights toward the end of the innings as well. Your boundaries, your wickets, all that sort of thing. And we're keeping up to date with the live scoring rate as well. 4 for 64 currently out in the centre for West Torrens. They won the toss and they've elected to bat here at Price Memorial Oval. Sturt's home ground. A little green out in the centre. But that's okay. It's made for 2 games of T20 cricket this afternoon. The men's in the West End Premier League Cup straight after this. That one played in the leg side pretty high in the air over the top of the ring and just wanders out to deep square. We'll for a single for McGrath.
Carolyn Ward on strike. She made 18 in the first game against Southern Districts, but couldn't been able to get going after that.
Well, current scores at the moment for the batsman McGrath, 6 off 13 balls. As she leaves that one for a big wide. Oh, in fact, it's Ward who's left that and it's going through the keeper for some runs. Buys there against Bartlett. She'd like to have that one back. Pretty simple one. It just rolling along the ground. It didn't quite go for it.
Defensive push from McGrath. Almost thought for a second that she was going to wind up. Going through that headspace now, Tuggers, where I know I'm the last piece of the puzzle. I need to keep scoring, but I don't want to lose my wicket.
I don't think they'll be worried about that just yet.
That one's wide. She'll let that one go through the keeper and pull wide.
Yeah, you were saying before that I think you'll be worried a little bit about just trying to stay out there for a long period of time. If you get to the next 3 or 4 overs, like we were saying earlier, it's so crucial. Because like you said earlier, they are the last piece of the puzzle, essentially. They need to, they need to be certain that they're there at the crease at the 16 over mark when things really start to go, when they've got to push forward. And if they even go for, 5 and over from here, that's what they've been going at the whole way through anyway. Just singles here and there, no big deal. Still gives you a good score at the 16 over mark.
McGrath lost one over the top of mid-wicket, only just over the top. You're going to get back for 2. McGrath's going to be happy with 2. Shot worthy of 2. Might see the replay here. It's probably a bit closer than she thought. You might not.
No, that's all good. You're not going to see him for everything. Only the good stuff.
This time straight back at the bowler. Of a bowler killer, those. Can't practice him. Might have done some damage as well. She stayed on her haunches for a bit.
Have another look at that. Played straight back at it. Nice and slow. Just comes straight through the fingers.
Maybe copped her on the shoulder, or... But she's back to the top of her mark. And wide jam down by McGrath. And they are going to nick off for a sequel. A single, in fact, not the sequel.
She didn't want it, I don't think, McGrath, but she had to go because Carolyn was running pretty hard and fast down the other end into the 13th over. 71 on the board for the visiting side, looking for their 3rd win in round 6. 3rd position currently. In fact, West Torrens have won 3. They're looking for their 4th win. They've had a nice little campaign so far. There's a top 4 in this competition, just the 6 teams in it, so I think they'll be quite safe up there with a few rounds to go if they can get this win here. Obviously you can tweet us at Adelaide live stream on the scorecard there. Seen the fall of wickets this afternoon, or this morning should I say. It's not even midday just yet. It feels like a long day for us, being here quite bright and early. 1 for 14, the first wicket lost with Edmonds. She went for just the 3 runs.
Beat the field as well. Another 2 from McGrath. Might in fact go the journey. She slid it over the boundary rope for 4. Beautifully picked up from Catalina in the cherry picker.
Our cameraman doing a great job. Have a look at this. Down leg side, not the best of deliveries. And sort of deserved that. Fielder wasn't going to get there. It's quite quick out there, isn't it?
Certainly quicker than I thought, but that's a specialty out there. Again, she goes off the leg side. Get through for 1. She's running him off her feet at the moment, Kayla McGrath. Score moves up to 4 for 71. And Carolyn Ward doing exactly what she needs to at the moment and is just staying there with her. That one's wide, dab down the 3rd man, beautifully shot. Again, they're going to come back for 2. They're going to want to drink after this over. They certainly would if they were in this tent, Tuckers.
It's very hot in here. It's overcast outside, but even though the forecast is 22, I think it's a little warmer in this tent. I wouldn't want to get the little weather box out in here. We'll run through those fall of wickets again in a moment.
Ward again, compact in defence, pushes it to cover.
So if you just joined us, 4 for 78, obviously West Torrens in at batting. They're tossed and won. No bat flip here, just a coin. There's the regulation. 1 for 14 was the first wicket lost. Edmonds gone for 3. Treloar at 2 for 45. 22 runs off 21 balls. She got him off to a start. Pulled away here through mid-wicket. It's going to go to square leg. Quick fielding. And they might have been in trouble there. There wasn't really a lot of desperation. They missed the bowler. So through, end of the over. 14 down. And 3 for 49 was the 3rd wicket. 4 for 57. So essentially losing 3 wickets for 12 runs, a space of 12 runs. And that was a little middle order collapse But nonetheless, McGrath and Ward doing the job for them right now.
When Annie O'Neill was bowling her leggies, she put the clamps on and was picking up wickets. Plenty of crowd in today. In for a long day as well. Plenty of cricket to be watched. Coming in from everywhere.
We're going to see one of the previous boundaries. Just this one that went down the leg side. Previously in the last over, McGrath played that beautifully. Just off the hip. So back to live action.
So these two have put on 20. Been what I'm going to call an innings resurrection. Because if they kept going at that rate, they're going to be in some strife. But they're up over nearly 80 now. And Shani Tanza into the attack.
Yeah, first over went for 7 runs. She's here again from the southern end of Price Memorial. Home ground for Sturt. Interesting little run for them so far. Just 2 and 2, so finding it hard to just find form consistently. Win-loss, their track record so far.
One full from Tanzel, jammed down.
And then their last game was a draw, match abandoned against Northern District. So I haven't got myself across how or why that was abandoned, but perhaps weather. But nonetheless, a draw to their name as well, shared points after their 5 matches. 2 and 2 Sturt, playing at home here.
Big shout from Tanzel, sliding down the leg side. Umpire was quick to shake his head and wave it off.
That's why we have the Sturt officials in our commentary booth in here to give us a little bit of extra as we look at the replay here of the shout. Yeah, sliding down, fair enough for the umpire, has to give the benefit of the doubt. We were just told then a draw, match abandoned at Northern Districts due to rain.
Full again from Tanzel. Good over so far. Took 2 wickets in her last match, or the last match that they played, in the loss to Southern Districts.
And they're the only 2 she's had. She's played, this is her 4th game out of the 6 so far. Missing a couple. Oh, that could be out. No, isn't. Me going a little early there. Didn't look great though, didn't hit high, didn't get a lot of bounce either. And may see it again, if not, it's no issue. 15 overs down. The score is, I believe, 4 for 80. 4 for 79 after 15.
Well, that must have been missing off stump by quite some margin, because it looked out for all money from where we're situated.
We'll soon see if
and it was,
we do.
It was only half a shout, and she turned it down as well.
Take a look at this. The kids getting involved, the T20 Blast kids. How good's that on the sideline? Have a little hit.
Mum and Dad can sit here for the day.
It's a lovely afternoon, worth coming down for on a Saturday. Last weekend of cricket before Christmas. Teams usually go on break around this time. Played on the leg side, just the single for McGrath. She keeps ticking away, so this partnership's been pretty good, Pickles. We'll keep you updated for the next 5 overs. We're almost at the innings break, 3/4 of the way through here. Rihanna Pete here with the ball. Played up in the air, dropped it short cover, and they're going to take a single off it as well. That's disappointing. Looked like Tanzel there, who had the crack at it in the short cover position, but just couldn't hold on.
She's devastated as well at short cover. Hands on hips, on knees.
There it is on side on. Disappointing. It was Emma DeBroke, in fact.
Still getting to her at the moment. You can see her out there at short cover, running it over in her head. She needs to put it past her and move on, because this one might come as well. No, she's not catching that one. It's up and over mid-on. Couple of bounces, not going to go to the rope. They're back for 2. And that'll do them.
That's the risk-taking they're going to have to do from now on. Now they're going to have to start clearing the infield. They've done well with being able to just get their singles here and there, and they will tick along all the way if they continue to do that to about 100.
McGrath starting to loosen up the arms now. I think we might see some big hitting.
Well, you need to push the field back a bit, and by doing just a couple of shots like that during the over, just to tease the field, you can see there Bartlett just pushing the field back from the keeping position, telling them to get out, create some space, be aware the ball is going to go up now.
Ward makes room for herself. Goes square with the full toss. Just gets herself one, retains the strike, ends the over. 4 for 84. And this score looking pretty impressive now. As we've said, Tuggers, numerous occasions, that anything up and over the 90 run, over 100, I think you're going to make yourself just about in a winning position. But, of course, Sturt haven't batted yet.
So Tansel to continue here from the southern end. Pretty strong offside field here. Really want to bowl outside off stump to this field to make sure you don't leak runs. Defensive straight to short cover, that's exactly what that's going to do, that sort of bowling. And it's just smart, it's simple cricket. It's really simple cricket. Let's see how effectively it works and whether or not Ward will really hit away here. They'll need to force a bit of pressure. Whether that cracks her or not, we'll soon see. There she goes, tries to hit the gap, it's behind point. They're mixed up in the centre, and it's been given out, so there it is, a bit of pressure, it's all it takes, and a run out. Gets rid of Caroline Ward, and that's a really disappointing finish, I would have thought, for West Torrens. They've done so well to get themselves set here, and now 5 for 85, a few overs to go. They found the breakthrough, Sturt, really important time.
She gave the umpire a double look as he gave her out. She wasn't overly convinced it was correct. Will be...
Oh, gee
look, whiz.
There was a lot of... I mean, this is me being critical, but maybe it wasn't a lot of desperation on her end that probably gave the umpire the chance to suggest it would have been out. Just didn't get there in time.
What I do like, though, Tuggers, is there's no option other than the umpire has to give a decision. It's either yes or no.
And we got the new batsman, Laura Najolk, out in the centre. The shorter of the two. Big number 6 on her back. And she'll look to hopefully get through the remaining overs.
It's a big shirt. You can see her got the muscle shirt on, rolled it up. She's... Yeah,
the long sleeves at one end and the real short on the other end. Rolled up to get the biceps out. He's warm though, fair enough. So fielder going back on the leg side toward the boundary, a deep square, maybe behind square, or more of a fine leg, I suppose. Once again, similar field, offside, pretty tight. Won't be called a wide, that's between the lines. Very good bowling, left alone. And at this stage of the game, unfortunately, I know she's only just come to the crease, but you're going to have to start playing shots. Probably thought there was a wide in it, but leaves alone.
Or at the very least, just tap and run and get the batter on strike.
But how difficult is that when your field's in so close on that offside? Does so on that occasion. Did have to go, but it was even wider. But still within the line, right on the limit, I would have thought.
Got away with blue murder, I think, there.
Here's that replay of that previous delivery. Here you can see she's covering the line, but it is right on it. Good bowling from Tansel. Leg side, over leg stump, so not a wide. So 3 dots here. Well, in fact, it's been a maiden so far, including a run-out wicket. So it's the perfect pressure over in the 17th to restrict the Eagles here at 85 in a bit of a block. Perfect over. Absolutely brilliant from Tansel. 17 down, the score hasn't changed. 5 for 85.
Just the 18 runs for Laura Najelki so far in this campaign.
She hasn't had a lot of runs, has she?
No, yet to break double figures. A couple of 8s and a 7, but She's certainly going to have a chance to just slog a few. Get on the 1 or 2, get herself over the rope or to the rope, but she's a little pocket dynamo, so she's going to have to really give it some.
Coming in at this time, I suppose in T20s it doesn't happen often. You don't get a lot of time either. So last time these two met, it was West Torrens winning, chasing down 101, just 2 down. So this is the first time a lot of these middle order batsmen, lower order, have even seen these girls this season. Short ball, played away beautifully. It's over mid-wicket for 6. Carr, look out. That's a great shot from McGrath. That was much needed.
Yeah, Neil, we've been praising her. Bowled a couple of tight ones and took some wickets. That one she dropped short, and Carter McGrath pounced all over it. On the back foot, went sailing, and that man in the Falcon just about got a scare of his life. This one's wide. Carter McGrath cuts that one. He's going to amble through for 1 at point. He's going to bring Laura Nagelki on strike. We've labelled her the pocket dynamo with no real history to give her that, but I'm going to run with it. Crowd, the field closes in around her, all inside the ring. Maybe not the dynamo I'm thinking.
Has to go over the infield.
Tries to smash that one through the offside.
Not a lot of luck for her so far in the last 6-7 balls she's faced. Swing and miss at about 4 and 5. Really wants to get some bat on ball. McGrath at the other end be a little bit annoyed.
That one she can't beat, does beat the field. Wants to. McGrath's happy to stay at the striker's end. Does her job. Does Nagelki, gets off strike. Gets her 1.
And the field pushes back here for McGrath. They want her off strike. They want to be bowling to Nagelki. And fair enough. But McGrath may hit bigger. She has a crack at it. There's a big gap out there through the mid-wicket region. They're going to push for 2, and they'll do very well to get there. Good running. Had to dive. Half shout. Was pretty safe. Another couple of runs to Carla McGrath. She's playing a really good innings here. Much needed. 38 runs so far coming into this game for the T20 season. And she's just about close to doubling that now. Really flying here. Just over 20, what's that, almost 30 runs today. Probably just a few more balls than that. 35 odd balls. End of that over. 18 down. 5 for 95.
Yes, hit the rope and gone over the rope. She's played the real senior role. Played it fantastically. And she's going to need to talk Nagelki through these last 12 balls.
Well, what do they do here? Tansel's been brilliant. This is her final over, I believe. So she's been great. The last over was a wicket maiden, including that run out. She can just keep bowling outside off, nice and wide. Get those offside fielders in play. And may put a lot of pressure on again. A block delivery straight on the wicket. It's a difficult position for her. She hasn't really got a lot of bat on ball, has she? But yet she needs to score. If she tries too hard, she may get herself out.
Yeah, with the likes of Rihanna Pete in there at short cover, she can't really just drop and run. You don't want to run McGrath out. That one full outside off stump allows her to swing her arms. Gets it through backward point for 1. He's going to come back for 2. And that'll do it.
Keep strike. 2 more runs to a name. So starting to get a bit of a rhythm now. Last 10 balls of the innings here for West Torrens. Really important stages. I think they want McGrath on strike as much as possible. How they get that to happen, soon to be seen.
Thought that was a chance to hit one.
There it is.
Eventually it does go. He's going to have to get going. Does, and scampers through for 1. He's going to leave McGrath with, I think, 2 balls to face in this over.
I think there's 3 to go. I think it's not the worst idea that you have a run on the mid-off fieldsman And even if you ran the other one out the other end and making sure McGrath keeps strike, it's still okay. She needs to stay on strike.
Nice and full. Probably should have made more of that, McGrath. We'll know she's let one through there. That's going to be called a no ball, too high, and the free hit. So, cameraman, look out. This could go anywhere.
Now this is good. This is the perfect situation here for the Eagles. They need this one. And they've got McGrath, the girl they want on strike. She's hit some well. This could come down the ground straight to us if we're not careful.
Doesn't get it, really just chunks one. The throw to the keeper's over the top. No damage, so it's worked out okay. She's got herself back to the non-strikers, so she'll be certainly, depending on what happens for the last couple of balls.
Triple figures up here as well for West Torrens. Good for them. Every time they've hit 100, they've won, haven't they? Here, Pick.
That is correct.
Good stat work from you earlier.
Wide, and again, she can't lay bat on ball. The little pocket dynamo. When she hits them, boy, do they stay hit.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Final ball of the over. Into that one. Another good over from Tansel. And I was wrong before in saying there were 12 balls to go because there's only 12 balls to go now. I was on over out. 5 for 100 after 18.
Well, don't feel too bad because I said it as well. So you're with the best. And the scorer's with us as well. So that's 3 of us and there's 2 umpires. So by weight of numbers, we were right.
And nonetheless, one of the final overs to be bowled here.
So McGrath on 28, we believe. Could be more than that, possibly. The last over to be bowled by
number 6 by the looks, which will get
I
our
think we
paper.
should possibly,
Come on here, boys.
possibly not call people by their number. It's going to be Stacey Oates, McGrath on strike. So this is how they want it, the Eagles. They want McGrath to take as much of these 12 balls as they can. 12 questionable balls, that is, we're not sure. 1 on the boundary here at third man. Full, off stump, just hoiked through mid-wicket. Might go the journey, no, fielded out there. They're going to scamper back for 2. She moves into the 30s. It's McGrath. Score up and over 100 now.
$102 on the board for West Torrens. Another 10 would be great. Sorry, you go.
McGrath up, not going to be taken. Over the fielder's head there at mid-off. Might have been Paris Hall chasing that one out there.
Most important thing is she's stayed on strike though, and that'll probably be a trend. May hit it straight to the fielder, and there may be a single in it, but they'll refuse to take it most likely until the end of the over.
This time she launches straight back down the ground. Has she got enough on it to beat the fielder? She hasn't. And as you called, Tuggers, she's going to make sure that she's on strike for as many balls as she can. Ambles back for 2 more.
Have a look at that again. Good shot, umpire to get out of the way. Always safe. There was no one straight down the wicket there to field, so could always play into that region, very empty. So fielders on the boundary here. Fine leg, cow corner, a very wide long on who had to field that previous one. And deep cover, who's about 3/4 of the way in third man. Coming around the wicket here and pulls out. So we'll replay that one.
I think maybe the commentary was going to be right and thought, no, I want some... I wasn't ready for that, she said.
Oh, she's waiting for you to really bring in the perfection for the wicket ball.
It's full, missed a lot of them, the slow ball. Carla McGrath, eyes lit up. She thought she had a big, full, juicy full bunger. It just died on her.
Yeah, it's ones that you like that, you just sort of, yeah, she did, dipped her head. Wishes she had that one again.
This one on the stumps is cramming her up here is Stacey Oates with this new line. Coming back for two.
Ooh.
I thought they might have settled for the one. But she's got faith in the pocket dynamo, one to come. So we might see the drop and run. Field's going to stay pretty spread here.
Well, if we're led to believe it's the final ball of the inning, so nonetheless she's going to swing.
Well, that would be the reason why. McGrath gets the full bunger. We might see another ball, I reckon. Hits it square.
That's it.
And that does do it. McGrath looks at the umpire, says, well, surely that was full, high enough. But umpire says no. As you can see, she pulled it away. Got one more to her total. One more to the team total, up and over 100. And when we return, we're going to see the chase on with Sturt on this occasion trying to track down 108 in this form of the competition, Tuggers. 108's a pretty good score. It's going to make it very hard to chase. We're in for one hell of a second innings.
Yep, absolutely. 109 for 5, the final score. A really good chase on the way. Last time they played, Sturt only put up 101 for 8. So can they get through these bowlers of West Torrens who challenged them last time and really have a good crack at this? They're on home ground, so they have confidence and they've bowled well, but just haven't quite pushed them hard enough to get a low enough total, which is really safe for them. It's going to be a challenge, but worthwhile sticking around for here on the live stream.
So from Adelaide live stream, this is the Statewide Super Premier League T20 competition. We'll be back right after this.
Welcome back to Christ Memorial Oval for the Statewide Super T20 competition, just about to get underway here. Sturt chasing a total of 109, 110 to win today. Perfect conditions. Mid-20s, sun shining. Harris opening the bowling for West Torrens. This is Adelaide live stream. New one strike for Sturt. Drives this one to cover, there's no run. Good contest here. Good total on the board for West Torrens. Well within Sturt's grasps. Harris in again, good bowling, right on line. Good run there. Jolky. Wicket for West Torrens. This time through the leg side. With the square. Just a single. Sturt are underway. Skipper Eliza Bartlett on the strike.
I'm just readjusting that angle. Are you just trying to bubble it, or you good? Yeah, it's shaky.
Enjoying coverage so far. Harris in again, full of ball, hits her on the pad. We've got a leg by here.
Still coming on.
Fourth ball, good ball in the innings now. Chasing 110 for victory here at Christ Memorial. Back into pad there, half a shout for Brooke Harris. Good first over from her, just 2 runs off it. And this is the Statewide Super T20 competition. Nice ball over there on the replay. Adelaide live stream bringing you all the coverage of the T20 games, and we've got the men's game coming starting at 2:30 today. We've got 3 rounds and the finals, bringing you the men's final and the ladies final later in the year. Going to make the commentator's job just a little bit tough with no number on the back. I'll name for you shortly. Falconer. Of course it is. Slip in. Stacked offside field. One's on the stumps and work to the only player on the leg side. Brooke Harris. She's patrolling the whole leg side field apart from the player down there at fine. On leg. Good start from Falconer with the Sturt captain here. One playing a miss. Sorry about the issue with the microphone there. Should be hearing me loud and clear now. This time on the leg stump, half a shout. But again, no run. Some good bowling early days from the West Torrens players. Driven. Again, no run. So once again, hope you're enjoying the coverage. This is Bonds with you on the mic. Also got Sam Tugwell and Adrian Pickles with us today. Mixing things up a bit. It's Ellie Falconer. Good lines again. That's gone over the slips. There is a third down there, so there's just the single. Eliza Bartlett, like the look of that one. Open the shoulders, went flying over the slips, but just the single. This is the replay just over the top. That one's down the leg side. Umpire let that one go. Bit generous of him. Might have just touched the pad on the way through, perhaps. So it ends the over. And after 2 overs, Sturt a no wicket for 3. Going to be Brooke Harris again for West Torrens. Glorious day here at Price Memorial. Sun's just creeping through the clouds now. On leg stump, just into the pad and worked away on the leg side. McGrath doing the fielding there. Now O'Neill on strike. That one's a big shout. Look close. Umpire waves his head. Says not out. Perhaps just outside the line. Have another look at this one on the Pickles replay. Bit of movement inside. Mate just hit her outside the line. Good shout. And O'Neill stays there. Again, full of ball this time. Driven well. Bit uppishly, but no real danger. But again, the fielding from West Torrens good. This time down the leg side, that will be called a wide. Full ball again, right in the block hole there from Harris. Strong bowling line up this West Torrens side. See it again here on the replay. Maybe you won't. This time played over point. Good shot. That's going to run away to the boundary. So a wider ball from Harris that time. O'Neill's eyes lit up there. And played over the top of the point for the first boundary for the Blues. No wicket for 9 now, Sturt. Driven again, this time off the knee of the fielder. It's going to hurt every time. Must have ricocheted about 25 metres off the knee. That ends the over. So they took the single off the last ball. So after 3 overs, no wicket for 10. Paul Bondra in the commentary box with you at the moment. We've got Sam Tugwell and Adrian Pickles here as well. This is Adelaide live stream, bringing you the statewide Super T20 women's competition live from Price Memorial Oval in downtown Mitcham in South Australia. Wherever you're watching around the world, we've also got some help from the club here at Sturt. They've been very, very accommodating. Falconer continues, shorter ball pulled over mid-wicket. It's a good shot. Don't know if it's got the legs to get to the boundary. Fielder picks it up now. Paris Hall, that is, out there. Good fielding from her. Sam Tugwell's jumped in the on the cans next to me. So we'll see this next delivery. Full ball, full toss. Umpire's called no ball. This won't be out. She's taken the catch. Well, no, she almost took the catch. Thought she had it there and just spilled it. Didn't matter. It was above waist height, so Tuggers, you're coming in and it's a free hit.
Interesting time to come in. Tegan Fry just spills it. So even if it was a legal delivery, not out. It's all right. If you're going to drop any, you're going to drop it when it's a free hit or a no ball nonetheless. So we've got Bartlett, the skipper, on strike here for the free hit. Fielder's going back onto the offside boundary, pushing out of the circle. And they're just holding up play here for a moment.
Just trying to get the field right. They're just bringing Kayla McGrath in a little bit. Just outside the circle she is now. Probably be inside the circle when she lets go of the ball. Half volley, just squirted out on the leg side. Chance for a run out by Brooke Harris. That was great work from her. But the skipper was home. Eliza Bartlett picks herself up another single.
It's another look at that. Full ball, real Yorker length. Good front dive.
It's probably out if she hits. Back to live action now. Brooke Harris. That's a good length delivery again. Sorry, I should say Falconer. That is Brooke Harris who just did the fielding there. Shorter ball pulled away over mid-wicket again. That's a good-looking shot. I think this one's got the legs to go to the boundary and does. So Annie O'Neill over the boundary again. Good shot. Just dropping short, Falconer. This one again, carbon copy. Same shot. Don't know if it's got the legs this time though. Brooke Harris will gather it in. 2 more to the total. 2 more to O'Neill. Good start from the Blues, Pickles.
Yes. 6 and over or thereabouts is the rate. It's going to be the wickets column that's going to be the dictator, I reckon, Bonds. And run for 21. Got to be happy with that start. Carter McGrath doing all the scoring for the Eagles.
So they've just pushed that player back, Brooke Harris, into that spot. Same ball, that's taken her on the body. In fact, it's taken her on the arm, or the glove, I should say. And the umpire's given it out.
Well, you don't often see it, Bonds, is the vicious delivery, the vicious bouncer. That seared up at her. Unfortunately, we won't get another look at it. But that jump off the deck, real throat ball, wasn't it? Just put the glove up there to protect herself. Got some on it and went through to the keeper.
Absolutely. So they pushed the player out at deep mid-wicket, and the shorter ball came, and it was just made O'Neill just uncomfortable there. As
Emma De Brewer's going to come in.
But just in the end, I thought it actually initially hit her in the shoulder, but it must have taken the glove, and then just bobbed up to Angela Trelaw, and the keeper did the rest.
Beautifully bowled.
First wicket down. Sturt now 1 for 21.
De Brewer joins her captain in the middle, Eliza Bartlett.
Brooke Harris continues. That one cut well, but good fielding there by West Torrens as well. So she picks up the single, the skipper. Starting to look very comfortable at the crease now.
Made 60 not out in the first game, Bonds. He took down Port Adelaide without losing a wicket. Wide outside off stump, played to short cover, no run. She opened the bat on that occasion with Emma De Brewer. They put on 81. Didn't lose a wicket, so certainly no strangers to each other out in the middle. You wouldn't have thought it. Game 5 they'd be strangers to each other anyway. But on wide and full again. Will bowl from Brooke Harris. It's that awful length, Bonds. Looks like it's going to be just back of a length and we'll be able to lay into a drive, and all of a sudden it's right on the crease. You've jammed down it, you've just squeezed one out to cover.
Yeah, it's been an excellent start from Brooke Harris. Playing to miss that time. How good is this, Pickles? We're able to bring anywhere in the world, if you're a fan of grade cricket in Adelaide. And the very first live stream, thanks to Adelaide Live Stream, we're bringing you the statewide Super T20 comp from Price Memorial. That was a change of pace there by Brooke Harris. Again, that one almost dipped very late. Looked like it was going to be a full toss there for a second. See there on the replay, and just how late it dipped.
Tweets coming in on Twitter.
Harris again, this one late cut. Oh, nice shot. It's beat the field. And looking for 3. Yeah, they're going to take the 3rd. That's excellent running.
Yep.
In fact, they're going to misfield here, and they're going to come back for 4.
Well, they've overcooked your call, Bonds, of no 3s, and they've absolutely they've burnt the hell out of by running 4. You wouldn't see that too many times, Bonds.
Yeah, Carolyn Ward was just a tad slow getting to the ball, and then the relay throw, shot at the other end was wide, and they came back for the fourth. So, good result. And at the end of the over, 5 down now. Sturt going along nicely, 1 for 27.
One of those tweets coming in from a mate of ours at Oz Sports, enjoying the call. Let us know that had no volume, but we did have a...
Yeah, that might have been my fault, but take responsibility for that.
I've been kicked out of the production booth, so my skills are best used elsewhere by the sounds of it. A very polite way of saying you were rubbish at it. So,
Swim between the flags, is that what they told you?
yes, stay in your lane, stay in your lane, Pickles. Emma Hines takes up the attack. Shoves the first one down leg side. Be one more to the score, up to 28 now. You can see that on the bottom of the screen. For those playing along at home, live scores, live action. And of course, join in, hashtag that one short, just for the back foot, push to cover, can't beat her though. You join in on the conversation, hashtag Stu Eag, T20. We'll give you a shout out. That one's full, just dips down very late. Loving the slower balls at the moment. Yes. One run. He's thought he, no run, no. Thought he was picking favourites there. Hines short. Couldn't get that late cut going again that cost them run 4. Hines angling in the leg stump, whipped off the toes. They've got one, coming back for 2 in a hurry. And going to get those pretty comfortably. Emma Brewer pretty comfortable off her legs, Bonds. Short and tried to beat through point, couldn't do so. Hit it all right, but the fielding was up to it. So was the camera work, great stuff. Adelaide live stream bringing you all the action here. Statewide Super Premier League T20 comp. The double header here today. At sun-dried Price Memorial. And one wide of off stump again, cracked off the bat. It sounded a lot better than it did. Couldn't beat cover. We've opened the windows here of the Deluxe commentary box. We've
trying to get some airflow through here, Pick. So sorry if you heard a bit of silence there, although some people would think that that was a good thing.
So Chalor up to the stumps now, which would indicate some spin coming into the attack, and it is so. In the skipper herself, brought herself on, Jessica Joseph. Might see if we can get an indication in the warm-ups of what she's going to bowl. No, she's going to go straight into it. Changing the field. The short third they had is going to come around to a fine leg inside the circle. First ball, can't beat mid-off. So as you heard there, Bond's looking for a Triple A battery. Feel free to bring one down. Joseph, full, can't beat mid-off. See, first of the men starting to arrive for the doubleheader, the second game. And full and wide down leg side.
Seen a few down leg side today. It's a little bit breezy. Perfect conditions, really.
Full again, this one on leg stump. Bartlett clips it off her toes. Decides to come back for the second. Throws okay. If it hits, she's close. No. Well, did everything right. Answer Chalor, the keeper, absolutely demolished the stumps, made sure they came off.
Neat work.
You'll see this here. The throw was a good one. Didn't have to move too far from the stumps and absolutely destroyed them.
Probably the right call from the umpire. Good decision.
This game might go into overtime now that he's got to put those back in.
Tell you what, opening that windows helps, Biggles.
Turns around the corner again. Well played off her hips from Bartlett.
Second thoughts about the two there, Piggles.
That's the little pocket dynamo doing the fielding down there, Laura Nagelki. Probably, if that had hit the stump, she would have had herself a run out. She now moves to a more square of the two fielders on the leg. Joseph again on leg stump. Quick back to her mark too.
Yeah, just straying a little bit towards that leg side stump, and that is the short boundary on this side as well. So we want to get a bit over to off stump.
Easily pushed to deep mid on. Amble through for run, ends the over. Sturt one for 135. So, did I say 135? That's good going. In fact, I've added 101 run to the score. They'll take them. That makes it only 4 to win, which is good going. In fact, it's of course 1 for 36. You can see that on the bottom of the screen there on the live stream. Hope you're enjoying the action, loving bringing it to you. Joseph into the attack. First ball done and dusted, no damage done. That one wide and full. Skipper does the fielding. Again, no run. So, good start here. From Emily Hines. 3 dots. T20 cricket always causes a few nervous moments. A few double thoughts from the batsmen. The batters, as it would be. That one's short and right on line, just back of a length. Been a great first over here from Hines. Now looking to close it out. No change in the field. Deep one, it's fine. Couple on the leg. Stride again. But short. Set up enough just to allow the cut shot to be played out there from De Boer, but the deep point, the run saver. So pretty good over so far, just the one from it. Irons beats the bat, the last ball of the over. Great one for the Eagles, just the one off it. 1 for 36 in chase of this pretty impressive total of 110. Adelaide live stream bring you all of the action here today from Price Memorial Oval. The statewide Super Premier League Women's T20 comp. One of 3 games in the grand final that we'll be bringing to you, along with the men's straight after this. Joseph. Fallen straight, the on drive. Mid on set back. Just can't quite pick up if they're inside the circle or 3/4 of the way. Maybe 3/4. On down leg side, missed the keeper as well. Runs on offer here. Wide already called, they're back for 2. The Jelke picks up, throws back. She's already had one close call. If that hit, there might have been another one. So expensive wide, that one for the Eagles. He'll be spot on with the keeper up to the stumps. This is Joseph. That one straight beats the bowler. Going to scamper through for 1. Mid on comes scooting around, who I can see now is inside that ring. That's 1 more to the score. Going at 5 and over. Thanks to a very good Kayla McGrath knock. 6 and over is the rate. 4 down leg side again and swept beautifully. 4 to the total. Eliza Bartlett capitalised, you'll see it here. Just got down leg side, she was down on the one knee, got every bit of it and it raced away for 4. So the skipper under the pump here at the moment in this over. Already expensive wide, then the boundary to follow up. Needs to just finish off. Floats one up there. Thought about one. Did De Boer. But Bartlett wanted none of it. She's happy on strike at the moment. Full outside off stump. The late cut's a good one. Back for 1 and 2 now. And they're going to be happy with that one. And they've run 1 short, so just the 1. Bit of a rarity. See a few of the men here starting to warm up. They'll be on after this one. The double header in the statewide Super T20 competition, the Premier League here in Adelaide, Australia. Driven well, can't beat backward point, but they're going to get through for 1. Good one for Sturt. Can't tell you how many will come off it because there was quite a few. Been informed that 10 coming from that over, so the skipper And Jessica Joseph won't be overly happy with that one. But Emily Hines has been fantastic with the ball so far. She remains in the attack. They could do with a wicket here, the Eagles. This partnership just starting to get a little bit big on them. Swung across the line. Oh, mix up. Non-strikers in. The throw doesn't hit though. She was gone for all money. We'll see it here on the replay. Swatted across the line. Mid-wicket did the fielding through the non-striker and not even in the frame. Hines again beats the bat. Another good over here. On the go. Camera crew picking up all of the big moments for you here. Hines a bit shorter, jammed her up on the thigh. They scamper through for one though. As I said, good partnership building here. And Sturt on their way to hauling in this 110. Eagles in desperate need of a wicket. Played outside off stump again. Punched out to the sweeper out there. They amble through for another one. With the score on the board, they can they can afford to play with a bit of care, Tuggers, because it looks like they've done the bulk of the hard work at 1 for 50.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, they're halfway there, which is always a good sign. They've kept the wickets in the shed, which is so important, isn't it? So they're defending their wickets much better than the way they did in the last time these two teams missed. They lost 8 wickets for 102. So much better on this occasion. Batting well here with their openers. So just the 1 wicket fallen. O'Neill gone for 15. She was the first wicket. Played away for a quick single. The run out is there. Umpire doesn't want anything to do with it. Pretty safe in his mind. Might have another look at that.
I didn't know that the bail had come off. Must have been closer than I thought. Underarm from the keeper. Did knock the bail off. He's only given one tight one at that end. On that occasion, he said not out.
Yeah, De Bro just gets in. And just in time.
Yeah, the leg spinner opened the bat, as you said. She was out at 21, so this pair have put on 30. So 2 good partnerships. Building and the rest of the girls sitting in the shed will breathe a bit easier.
Will probably sound silly, but isn't that just the simplicity of T20 cricket? Just get a couple of 20 partnerships. And as soon as you get that 20 on the board, then you just keep going. And even if you get out at the 20 partnership, big deal. The next 2 have to make 20. Then the next 2 have to make 20. And then you build a nice score within small time. As long as you're not going too slowly, it tends to build quite rapidly. Just taking the singles here and there and just building partnerships. It puts the pressure on the opposition, the fielding team. They have to change up the bowling, change up the field. It's a quick game. Tactics constantly changing. Here's your pocket rocket coming into bowl. Flicked around the leg side for a single to fine leg.
Another one to Bartlett, the captain. She keeps going well enough. She might break the aggregate of 100 for the season so far.
It's a good effort.
Jelke right on middle, nice and tight. But these 2 batters pretty well set. And with the field spread, can afford to play those punch strokes and take one every ball. It's going to take something here, Tuggers. Someone's going to need to do something.
Bartlett facing up. Wants to play through the leg side. Doesn't get all of it. The keeper has to chase it. Keeper obviously is Kayla McGrath, who had a very good 38 knock. And maybe player of the match if they can manage to get up here, West Torrens. But the way they're looking, a little bit of strife here.
Don't ride off the rocket. She's got something for us, I'm sure. Wide, driven to cover. Well fielded, no run. Made a hell of a noise off the bat. Tuggers from De Boer.
Well, it's not just a hell of a hit out of the middle of the bat. It's also the players, the men in the nets next to us hitting a few balls as well.
Jelke goes full. De Boer can't launch into it. Good over this one. Need a few of these tight ones. I'm hoping that's not what I think it is. Only Jelke to continue. De Boer on strike. Goes up. Fielded there at mid-off. Takes the catch. The pocket rocket's got her first. This one might not be over just yet.
Good wicket to get, and a really important time. De Boer has to go. Close run out earlier now. Skies one straight to mid-off. So she has to go. They get their wicket eventually, West Torrens. 2 down now for 56. And a good catch. Just nice and relaxed and settled underneath it. Takes it comfortably.
Might have been Emily Hines, the catcher there. Going out on a limb with that, but I'm going to stand by my guesstimation. So De Boer goes, second wicket down.
Small little speed hump here for Sturt. They just have to get over it and keep moving. They don't want any more bumps in their way now. A couple of wickets falling and things turn into a little bit of strife. Rihanna Peake coming out to the middle. He's been the wicket taker so far for Sturt in this season of T20 cricket. And she's out there at number 4 with the bat. And on screen, she's ready to get stuck into it. Bartlett at the other end, the opener, doing a bit of work. The skipper wants to carry the bat all the way through, hopefully.
Coming off a 29, 2 games back, Rihanna Peake against Southern Districts.
It's her only runs for the year as well, just that 29. So a good chance to go on and get some more now with another 50-odd runs to go.
Falconer back into the attack, wide outside off stump, let through to the keeper.
Yeah, Falconer 4 wickets for her throughout this T20 season. Best figures of 3 for 13. So a good player to have on when she gets going. Do a bit of damage. Ringfield. Slams on the pads, going to go down leg side, no issue.
Might have had, well, I think she might have smashed it, I think.
Really? Yeah, there you go. You're spot on.
Huge inside edge onto the pad.
Interesting, the 2 fielders outside the circle here at the moment. Fine leg and third man. So really tight in around front of the bat. Similar again, hits it into the pad, just sort of rolls into the offside for no run. They need these pressure overs now, don't they, West Torrens? This is the time where they can really just start to build up some pressure. The new batsman in, keep her on strike for an over or 2. Hope that she, with some good line and length, good fielding placements, bowling to it. She doesn't get away too much and then bogs them down a bit. Appeal, they like it from behind the stumps, but the umpire doesn't want anything of it. So we move on, taking another look here from behind the bowler's arm.
Just back of a length, try to glide it. Not that we're going to be able to tell, but keeper seemed half queried as to why it wasn't given, but that's their role.
Yeah, really liked it. Really liked it. Played nicely toward third man. He's outside the circle, so there's always a single in that. One more to the scoreboard, 57 for 2 wickets lost. Chasing 110. The run rate required is about 5.5, and they're just under that at the moment. And that's what we were saying before. Just a couple of overs here to De Bruin, who just... Oh, sorry, De Bruin's not in anymore. Pete, I should say, is, it's really important you get her on strike for the most part for a couple of overs in this third quartile of the innings.
Falconer bounces that one in. Dab down the third man. That fielder placed down there for that is going to do the work, keep it to 1. There was a sniff of 2 for a while, but sharp piece of work. Kept Eliza Bartlett at her end. Yeah, you picked those out, Tuggers, the ring field other than the 2 out, which were fine leg and third man. And Falconer was bowling a very full line, which I thought, well, they either know something about Rihanna Pete, that she doesn't go up and over down the ground, or she loves to work and play them off her legs. And
well, they've played them
drive
already.
down.
Yeah, they've played them already. I'm not sure where the 29 runs came from. It may have been that game against Sturt, against West Torrens, so they may have had a little bit of an idea. I know you've got your numbers in front of you there, Pickles. You can look at that. Ball goes through, dot ball to the keeper. Attempted cut shot there from Eliza Bartlett. Taking another look at it.
That was the lost game against Southern Districts.
Okay, so moving on from that. But you're right. It's smart bowling, and you can get 2 off and over from Falconer. Driving to short cover. You get 2 off the over from Falconer, and you do that maybe next over as well with her on strike once more with Pete, and you've got that little set plan, and you can manage to only get 2 off it. There's what's required, 11 runs in 2 overs. They've only managed a couple off, and that really, at the back end of a T20 game, causes some real issues.
And when you've got the pocket rocket and a Jelky at the other end who's just going to blast them out.
You've got a favourite. You've clearly got a favourite out here.
I love the sleeves. Wide outside off stump, hoiked across the line. She's going to get a second one here. She's on fire, Najelki. She's got this game by the throat at the moment. Paying her no respect, trying to smash her across the line. Catch taken by...
No, you haven't got that
I thought
one.
it was 11, but it can't be 11 because there isn't an 11 out there.
Well, here it goes, up in the air. 11 Bartlett does hit it, and it's only just gone halfway through the circle. It's just gone a long way up in the air and easily taken.
Brooke Harris has taken the catch.
Good from Bonds in the back of the box here. And the 2 new batsmen, well, essentially 2 new batsmen. Pete's out there, and joining her is Amelia Rout. Big rolls, these 2 now. Still a hefty amount of runs to get, and they've just lost 2 wickets pretty quickly, and West Torrens starting to push their way back into this. It was a fast start from the home team, but it's starting to pull up a bit here. The bowling's been good from Najelki and Falconer.
You went with De Bruin in
Yes,
the third
I know.
quarter early. He's plays for Germany.
My notes in front of me are a little bit scrambled, so...
Plays for Germany, and then you went with a football reference as well in the third quarter. So you mixed up every sport you could have. Najelki. Lovely little away swinger. Oh, there's going to be a chance here if she can pick it up cleanly. Joseph, she can't, no. And they sneak through for the run, and it's going to bring Amelia Rout on strike for the very first time.
Yeah, diving chance, didn't quite get the hand to it. Had to scramble it, and then the throw wasn't accurate either, and by that stage, she was well and truly in, so she's going to get a chance to face the first ball here. Rout, fielders on the boundary is mid-wicket, and the rest are in the circle. Okay, she puts it on a length, but doesn't. It's quite full. A little bit of movement. 1 ball to come. Score not really moving a lot through the 50s here. They've really bogged down.
Keep an eye on what she's bowling here. Looks like she gets to she's able to swing those both ways with a fair way. That one she goes straight and straight back down the line. It's played. Route. Good way for her to start. Didn't get all of it, but enough to get a run.
Gee, I was waiting for the in-swinger or the big outswinger, but you really didn't nail that one. Straight ball.
Well, she bowled a big hooping outswinger prior to the wicket, and then she followed it up with a big in-swinger from what I thought to the naked eye, but I was hoping to get something on the replay. What should we name that?
The replay.
The West End replay. The
We'll
Red
wait.
Tin.
We'll wait.
Statewide.
Yeah, we'll wait for
No,
that to be officialised, I suppose.
no. The Statewide Super.
There we go.
Hell, I've been absolutely throttled for. Won't say that again.
7 overs to go, 42 balls remaining, and 50 more runs to get. Big swing outside off stump, missing. Another dot ball, and the field once again. The same here for Rihanna Pete. You've got third man, you've got a fine leg, and it's really good pressure. All the fielders in front of her inside the ring, and she has to think about being quite late on the shot if she wants to get some runs behind the wicket, unless she's good enough to pierce a gap. Oh, it's bowled there. Top of off stump, the bails go flying. And that's a good wicket. That's Falconer putting pressure on. And Pete has to go. The 4th wicket now. And Sturt really have bogged down 3 wickets in very, very short time. Under a lot of pressure now to get this result to go their way. 50 runs to get, 40 balls to go. Not a good time to lose your wicket. It was the top of the middle and leg stump bails.
Strange shot selection.
Well, Pete's out in the middle still. I apologise. It was Amelia Rolt that played the shot and walks back to the sheds. Oates joins her. Good opportunity if you're a batsman to really embrace this moment. Take your team forward. So Falconer doing a good job so far. She's got ball in hand, still 4 to come in the over, and there's another look. A really important wicket. Run rate still not quite up to scratch. It was meant to be about 5.5. They're a whole run and over behind that. Want to get a move on.
1 full from Falconer. This field from Joseph. She's committed that sin a couple of times today. But no damage done. Wickets falling by Tuggers. After that, those first 2 good partnerships of 21 and then 35. So second wicket fell on 56. We're now at 4 for 60. Falconer airborne again. The diving catch not taken. They've taken one, might not go. No, they're happy with that. Fielding done by Tegan Fright. Sturt boys starting to roll in. Stay tuned for the second game of the massive doubleheader out here.
About an hour and a half away, the men, which is really exciting.
Falconer again digs one in. Swatted across the line. Fielder underneath it. Takes it. Wicket number 5. Half of them back in the shed now. Well, from a position of domination, they've battered themselves into a position of desperation, Tuggers.
Yeah, nicely put. They were pumped with that wicket. You can tell how much it meant to them. The fist pumps were flying, and the high fives are all round. Take another look on the Statewide Super replay, if you like to put it. Here's a really nicely taken. Generally got the fingers up, but she went the fingers, the cup action, and it's gone straight in to the pouch. And taken 5 down now. And the new wicket, the new batsman, I should say, Shani Tansel.
Certainly not a hell of a lot to write home about in the runs column for Shani Tansel. Falconer off the back foot. This one is punched, but maybe a run was on offer. Had to have her waiting long enough. No run taken. Ends the over. A successful one for the Eagles. They've bowled themselves back into the game. It's 4 for 61. Yeah, Shani Tansel, new to the crease. Played the 2 games. Currently has 2 wickets and the 1 run. So she's every chance to equal her top score today. Najelki to continue.
So six overs to go. Sorry, Pickles. The men are watching on closely. They want their Sturt girls to get across the line here.
50 to get.
50 to get for a long while now. That stat you mentioned earlier, Pickles, the get 100, you'd win as West Torrens. Well, they've done that today and they're on track. Really worked themselves back in. And the difference is, you know, an average score is around 90 in this comp. Get a few more than that. The bowlers can have some breathing space. You can have a poor start, but you can come back.
Come back they have, Tuggers. They've lost 4 for 5.
Wow.
On the back of the little pocket dynamo, and Falconer has chimed in as well.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? You just get a little bowling partnership going and a big total can really run away from you quickly.
Tight lines again from Falconer. Can't beat cover. And what was pretty easy earlier on, that you could have a couple of those and didn't really matter because there was a boundary or a 3 or a 4 coming. Now it's just dot balls playing in your brain.
Now they're thinking about where do you get the next score.
Down leg side, that's where. Whipped off her toes. 1, not going to come for 2. So again, another tight over.
So you were saying before, we plugged it a little bit, the men do come up next on our Adelaide live stream feed. Wherever you're watching from, wherever you are watching it, we have multiple streams going live at the moment on Facebook, which is probably where you're watching it, or YouTube. You can go there if it's easier or something you'd like to do instead. Played on the leg side again. And just another single. Oates gets off strike. Keep rotating it. It's important they do that right now. And Tans will take strike now. Last ball of the over. 63 for 5 if you're in England. Quite wide, and it'll be given. 5 for 64 if you're in Australia. We've got global viewers getting heckled here in the background. We've got to cater to all, fellas. Nonetheless, it's a really good contest, and West Torrens have really pushed their way into this. Thank you to our 16 viewers so far on Facebook. It's lovely to have you tuning in. Glorious afternoon. Unfortunately, you can't make it here. That's fine. We've got you covered.
Just
going through to the keeper.
Your plug has just belted that up to 18, so that's 18 as we speak. So probably
the power of voice.
The Kerry Packers of the world now just starting to think about where to next.
Oh, come on. Settle. Settle. 5 overs to go, 30 balls left. And gee, I'd like to know the numbers for the last 5 overs. They have stopped. They have absolutely stopped. Here's Sturt. Probably 15 runs if I was counting in the last 5 overs. This has been superb bowling. And they've really let this run rate run away. It's going to be a big ask from here.
You're going to need a Kayla McGrath type innings to get them over the line. But while they're at the crease, there's still a chance.
Hines to bowl. Played straight to mid-on. They choose not to run. There was thoughts, and they decided to opt out immediately.
Picked it up cleanly that time, the skipper.
This fielding is really, really smart. They've clearly had to eventually settle on something, and this little ring field has been perfect for them the last 7 or 8 overs. It's done wonders. The pressure's right on. They don't need fielders back to defend boundaries. It's going to go behind the keeper. The only place where space is right now on this ground on a single. Keep that scoreboard ticking.
It's tough to set a field for that one. Q end of the bat. Rolled through the slip region, but they do have that third man up inside the ring. Just the one fielder outside, which is just back behind square. And even that, even on that occasion, they're not in on the rope, not out on the rope. They're probably 10, 15 metres inside. Hines outside off stump. Worked down to that third man, the short third man. They scamper through for one more. Well, run a ball is going to do the job for quite a while. They just need to stop losing wickets.
Fielder going back here on the offside deep cover onto the boundary and at mid-wicket. And they go down the ground instead. It's a good shot. It won't go all the way though. Chased down here by Fry, and they'll get a couple. 2 more runs to the board. And that's an attacking shot they're going to see. You're going to see a lot more of that now in the next 4 to 5 overs as we close out. That's the only way forward now for Sturt. The girls need to start attacking, playing some shots over this infield, and the fielders are getting pushed back for that very reason. Plates through the gap in cover. Very well done. Wide of mid-off. Again, it's Fry has to do the work, and Oates has picked up another 2. There's a welcome Bonds into the box. Paul Bonza, welcome back.
Yeah, we're changing it up a bit, mates, and swapping it around, just so people don't get sick of our voices. But still a chance here, Sturt. Still 4 overs after this.
Well played, just the one. They've pushed back Fry onto the ring, and there's room for a single. That's what a couple of attacking shots do, don't they, Bonds? You spread the field with a couple of big shots over the infield, and then you start picking up the singles that you weren't getting for the last 5 overs.
So just 4 overs to go now. 40 required. 10 and over. Not out of the question.
No, never in T20 cricket. 15 and over is never out of the question really either.
Looks like Jess Joseph just having a chat with the umpire there in regards to probably just the overs and who's bowled what.
We'll get you an updated scorecard in a moment.
Not sure about that run rate on the total there. We might have.
No, that's just
mix
the batting run rate, not the required.
Oh, okay, right.
No,
That's good. We're going
very
at,
different.
We're going at 4 and over.
Najolki and Falconer are the 2 wicket takers so far. 3 for 15 Falconer from her 4 overs. Najolki's still got 1 to come. 2 for 7 from her 3 overs. How good's that? And Joseph coming back on off her 2 overs earlier on. None for 18. She returns. Playing to the leg side. Mid-wicket's pretty vacant with players on the boundary. And a single once more to Oates. She's rotating the strike well. At the top of the Sturt order, Bartlett was the one hitting the runs, 20 off 28 if you've only just joined us. And O'Neill, 15 runs as well. Down the leg side, wide.
Cheeky attempted stumping by Angela Trelaw. It was about a mile down leg and she threw it back at the pegs. The breeze picks up here at the moment. That one worked to the leg. Sorry, Tuggers. Thought I'd keep going while I was hot.
Might as well.
And take the single.
through the ground. Tornadoes of dust, as you can see. Gee, they'll have to stop for play. A nice little gust of wind there, and a mini tornado, if you like, has come through, swept through as she was about to deliver. Just replaying one of the old wickets there. That one was huge. Not intentionally, as they go back live down the ground. It's been hit toward long on. So we continue playing here. Tansel will keep strike. Back live here. Getting some bits and pieces together. Joseph bowls quite full, and it's got it. That's enough to do it. 6th wicket now. And Tansel, how disappointing for Sturt. She was sticking it out for the long haul is where I was going. And unfortunately, she's been undone. A good delivery.
It's on the replay. See, the skipper comes in right on line, just played across the line of the ball, right into middle stump, knocked it back. And Joseph was pretty happy with that. So hard work for the double blues now, 6 for 75. See the replay again. Across the line.
It's getting away now for Sturt. It's getting a bit too far away. Chasing really hard. They've got to start playing the shots, and when they do, they get undone. Denise Fox is out there in the centre for Sturt now, facing up. Just the 2 games. This is her 3rd in the T20 Cup. Not a whole lot of runs to her name. Tries to play down the leg side. Doesn't connect with it. Another dot ball.
No wide there, Tuggers. Umpire's being very lenient with the ball down leg side. Again, maybe got a little bit of pad on it.
Well, it has to go past the batsman, doesn't it? If it's a wide.
Didn't it?
No, it didn't.
Oh, should have hit
Straight down the wicket. I'm sitting there with a bit of confusion. Joseph, inside edge. It's played to the leg side. A run is taken. Good calling. And Oates has managed to grab one by for Sturt. I don't want to pull the rule book out, Bonds, but no, wide is when it goes past the batsman, very wide of the crease.
Well, I thought I was under the assumption that it came off the keeper and back down the wicket. But anyway, we won't
fair
say
enough.
that.
It's an optical illusion from here. We're at ground level, for those who aren't aware. Now, a little marquee, which is getting nice and warm. Sunshine is beaming. I don't want to know what it's like on a 30-degree day. It's only 22 here in Adelaide. Goodness me. We might need some little fans and air cons in here. We're going well. Unfortunately, Sturt aren't going as well.
Well, you could take your jacket off and dinner suit, the dinner suit you wore to proceedings today.
Yeah, give us a spell.
But it's going to be West Torrens premium bowler to come in. Now, this is Brooke Harris. She's changed ends. She's going to come in from the southern or commentary end.
Commentary end, I like that.
This is Adelaide live stream. And you're watching the Statewide Super T20 Cup live from Price Memorial Oval, West Torrens and Sturt.
That was the wicket. We're back live in a second. Just goes through to the keeper. You didn't miss much. Play and miss.
So West Torrens posted a score of 5 for 109. So Sturt looking for 110 to win the game. As Harris continues. No, she's pulled up. Skipper just pulled her up. Wanted to make a fielding change.
Joseph out in the long on boundary, I think, was having a quick word. Wasn't sure if she was in the right positions. He's 3/4 of the way to the boundary at long on, which is a bit different. It's a bit of no man's land, really. Expecting her to spoon it to her.
Playing a miss. Still a hint of movement there for Brooke Harris. And she's pushing her skipper back to the boundary here. To a deep long on. Change of pace there with that one. Slower delivery. Again, a swing and a miss. Really can't let too many dot balls go here, Tuggers.
Well, I think it might be a little bit too late almost. Instead of just really being bogged down for too long. You can't give away more than 3 or 4 overs in T20 cricket. And unfortunately, they've given away more than that. It's just dot ball after dot ball. Unfortunately for viewers, if you're a Sturt fan, it's not pretty viewing. But I can tell you right now, as a West Torrens fan, you'll be pleased that they've done so well to work their way back in after a very fast start from the home side. Looking at a victory here. It'll be their 4th win from 6 games. And they'll really solidify that top 4 spot of theirs.
This time bowler straight through her. Brooke Harris gets the wicket. Much needed, a much deserved wicket. She's bowled well today. So another one down for the Double Blues. You'll see here on the replay. Good lines, good length. Crashes into middle and off. As easy as you like.
Wasn't very well watched in the end. Jasmine Earl will be the next batsman for the crease for Sturt. They're going to do their best to get through here. 13 balls to go. West Torrens have really done well here. It'll be their 2nd win against Sturt this year. First game they were chasing, now they're defending.
So Brooke Harris to continue. This one's outside off stump, allowed to let go. And that ends the over. A successful one for Brooke Harris. Set now 7 for 76. Just 2 overs remaining. Need some big hitting, swashbuckling hitting here.
Yeah, you're right. Been a very tough run for them. Won the toss here, as you can see the men just ready to go. All on the sideline in their gear. About to warm up very shortly. About an hour and 20 minutes away. No matter what time it is where you're watching. Hour and 20 minutes. Make sure you're hooked up to Adelaide live stream on Facebook or YouTube. You'll find us here. The men's West End game.
Oh.
And that one's gone behind the wicket. Well played, nicely timed. I suppose didn't go far. Just to find a little bit of space and find a single.
Channeling you're in a John Callahan there behind the wicket.
Shout out to John.
It just got through the gloves of Angela Treloar. Seven for 77. Those who love their numerology.
Bit of Cam Mooney there.
Just off the pad. Half a shout from the bowler.
More in hope than anything, leg buys. Well, what do we take out of this game, Bonds? It's just been really good pressure bowling for mine for West Torrens. They did well with the bat. They weren't amazing. They were a little scratchy at times, but they got through for their 110. But the ball's been where they've won it for mine.
Yeah, fielded very well. Bowled well. Captain in now. It's got her straight through her again. Another wicket. So again playing across the line. And the skipper, Jess Joseph, gets her 2nd. And another one down for the Double Blues. They're 8 down for 77 now.
We'll have another look. Wrong camera angle there, Pickles. Here it comes. Yep. Unwound, trying to play the big shot over cow corner. And eventually the wicket falls. Worthley will be the final batsman. just wanders out. 2 wickets left in hand. Not a lot of balls remaining. You'll suppose they'll swing, or suggest they'll swing.
We got no option.
Yeah.
You know, what's the point of playing out the last 9 deliveries? You may as well.
Especially as a tail ender, that's one of your favourite things to do, is rock up and just have a swing in the nets. So why not do it in the centre now that you've got a chance? Lots of runs to get, little time. Can you be the unlikely hero? It's a tail ender's dream.
Mate.
9 balls to go. It's a long way. It's probably not going to happen, but
You
can only hope.
might get away with a couple as well.
Generally, you go for the big shot and you get an inside edge, hit a square leg for like a single, and you're really pumped about that.
It's Benny Cameron, just the Sturt coach, makes his way on to the ground.
What did I say? No, just no single there, though. Would have capped off exactly what I just said. For a tail ender, have a big shot, you miss it, inside edge to square leg, just didn't get the run. No, it's the story of my batting life.
And then slap the bat into the pad like you've done something
you
wrong.
expect to not do too well, so you don't get too angry about it. Straight back to the bowler in Joseph. She's bowled very well today. Went for 18 off her first 2 overs, but since then has been very good in the back half. Fielders still on the boundary, probably aren't required there to defend the boundaries. That's out. Straight to mid-wicket. Pretty simple catch. And Worthley goes as well, the 9th wicket. And they're pretty pumped with that because they know the win is right around the corner.
Yeah, again, some good line bowling from the captain. And hit the ball straight to mid-wicket. And
Replay
nice one
coming.
down.
Good little spell here from Joseph. Couple of wickets now for her. Straight into the hands.
McGrath taking the catch, and not too much problems whatsoever, as Abby Cause will be the last in for the Double Blues. This is Adelaide live stream bringing you the statewide Super T20 competition. And it's Pickle's favourite to finish off. Laura Najalki, the pocket rocket as he's labelled it.
Coming from the opposite end as well, from where she bowled so brilliantly in the first spell. 3. Just squirting away to point. I'll just do a quick rotation here. Pickles will wander into the box for the final few balls.
Only app that I'm here. Watch the pocket dynamo finish off.
Well, we thought it's best you commentate her last over, seeing you've sort of taken a warming to it.
Again, it's straight. Squeezed out to point. Amble 3 for 1.
Or have they?
Well. Sleeping at the wheel. Just ambling 3 for 1. Have they is exactly right. She thought she was home for all money, thought the play was dead. Fielder at point, thought better of it, had a pin, took out, I think it might have been middle, which has been smashed already once by the keeper. But
you see on the replay here, Pickles, just a casual stroll back down the wicket, and oh, hang on a second, I might be out, and you are out. And that ends the game, and a victory for West Torrens here. Jess Joseph and her team should be a happy captain. They won the toss, put on a total of 110 Pickles, and in the end that was just too much for the Double Blues.
Well, they started right. They were good early partnership. There was 21 and they were 2 for 56. Then they lost 4 for 5 or 5 for 4. No matter how you say it, it didn't work out. And from there was no way back from 5 for 61.
Okay, let's...
So here's the wickets as they fell.
Well, the first wicket was very dark.
Yeah, and the second one, no, both teams are out there for the second wicket. They loved it. And we'll see if we can't get some wickets up there for you. But
what a great contest! Like, we're here at Price Memorial Oval, bringing you the statewide Super T20 Ladies Comp, and we're doing this for 3 rounds and the final as well, which will be played at Karen Rolton. And coming up as we've been mentioning, at 2:30, the men's game, as once again Sturt will take on West Torrens. Perfect conditions. And we'll go through the wickets now.
So that was the first one. The jockey into the attack. She took the early one. Broke that good opening stand, which, as we said, was 21. They got to 56. Miscue drive to mid-off. There was, they were set, weren't they? Probably runs-wise, halfway down the innings at 2 for 56.
Started,
They were
started really well.
every chance to go on and get it done. Then the jockey again. She got the second. Another miscued. That one tried to swat it either over through point or over mid-wicket, but didn't get any of it.
Falconer then came into the attack, and that's the first of a few bold deliveries we've seen. She was good, and a skied ball here, safe hands of Brooke Harris.
So this stage they've gone from 56 to 4 for 60.
And Brooke Harris came into the attack and went straight through her as well.
Dropping like flies at this stage. Couldn't quite get themselves a partnership. Can't get the Sturt boys just to keep a lid on it for a while. Jess Joseph brought herself in, knocked the pegs over. Then another miscued shot. That was taken by Brooke Harris.
Just some good catching in the infield. There were some easy catches, and then what about this? The direct hit when you're not really watching. That's normally a fine in cricket terms.
Well, she won't believe that she's done it, and certainly won't want to know that that's been broadcast around the world on the live stream for Statewide Super. So from Pickles and Bonds and Tuggers, as far as the first game goes here in the big double header, we'll wind this one up. We'll be back at 2:10 for the big clash as the Sturt Blues take on West Torrens as the men do battle. For us here, stay with us.